What's up, guys? It's Joey from Crossroad TCG here to show you my red-blue SS3 Son Goku deck profile. This was the first deck I really tested out right as the set 3 stuff came out. I was really excited about the deck. The color combination just made a lot of sense to me. I really wanted to figure out all the different ways I could awaken with this leader, so I came up with the red-blue combination. So you guys all know what the SS3 Goku leader does. On the front side, you discard a card to get 2 energy from your life. He's just an energy acceleration leader. Some decks, even if you go second and they go first, you're still going first because you're so far ahead in energy. And on the flip side, at the end of every turn, you can restand up to 3 energy, and then he swings, draws a card. So just incredibly defensive leader, and I don't feel like people are taking advantage of the defensive aspect of him enough. So I'm going to show you how I kind of do that in what I call this all gas, all breaks deck. So here's the gas. We've got 4 of the Kansan Son Goku. He scries the top 7, searches your other Gokus. We're mainly searching the Rapid Onslaught Son Goku. He is one of our main awakening targets, so we get him, we play him, take a life, mill it, and then we swing for double strike crit. And now originally, in the older build, I was playing the Ultra Instinct Son Goku to try and board wipe and swing for triple strike that my opponent couldn't combo out of. But I found myself just never summoning it, because when I would play this guy, it's not like I'm not going to swing with a 20k double strike crit. So I'd always swing with this guy, and then he would always be vulnerable to dying, and then I'd have a really hard time dropping the UI. So I dropped the 4 Ultra Instincts to play 2 of the Furious Rush Super Saiyan 3 Son Goku. He comes into play, replaces himself, so he draws a card, and he has dual attack. So he's really cool at pressuring leader if they're at 1 or 2 life, and he can also just clear multiple things that are in rest mode off the battlefield. And then I'm playing 2 Super Saiyan 3 Son Goku maximum energy. The point of him is to come in and be a finisher, so when he evolves, he gains dual attack, so you can swing dual attack double strike and really pressure your opponent towards the late game. And for the rest of the gas, we have the 4 Saiyan Kaba. He's our other awakening tool in the deck, so we have 8 ways to awaken total. It's really great in this deck to open red-blue, so you can play him and play your Son Goku to search your Rapid Onslaught, and then by turn 2, you're awakening almost guaranteed. So that's kind of the gas of the deck. Now we have our threats. So for our threats, we play 4 Piccolo the Strategist. So he comes in, you can choose when to use this. You don't even have to use it when he comes into play. You can pop any battle card, and he has a critical and barrier. So this is almost like your win con against veggies, because they can't pop it and they can't really deal with it outside of swinging at it. So when you just drop this guy, they can't kill it away. So he's just a threat that constantly stays on board. He's huge, and he has critical. Then we're playing 3 ability Unleash Holtzman Gohan. This is just one of the best cards in red, in my opinion. You swing. Normally, you're almost always going to want to draw the card, but when you are swinging for lethal, you can give him double strike and just end the game that way. Then we're playing 4 Jiren. It's red's best board clear, so you can swing at blockers to force them out, swing a little combo power, little 1-drops that have combo power, so your opponent just loses that combo power, and then he's a double striker swinging lethal for game. So those are all of our big threats in the deck. Then as far as the breaks go, we're playing 4 Piccolo Super Combo. I really prefer this one over the Kibito Kai, because this one you're always guaranteed to draw the card. Jocko is very irrelevant in this meta, I feel like, because the best deck that is swinging aggro for big damage is Mass Saiyan. And when they're swinging with their Champa, they're 15k anyway. So if I'm unawakened and I have Jocko, I'm still tied with them 15 for 15 on a double strike crit. So it's still going to take another card out of my hand to defend that. So the Kibito Kai just isn't worth it for the Jocko aspect, in my opinion. For the rest of the breaks, we have 4 Weeks Coercion. Just stops attacks when you need it to. It's the best, probably second best negate in my opinion to Nimbus. And then we have 4 Raging Spirit Son Gohan and 4 Pride and Justice Topo. These 2 cards are some of the best ways to make a board in this deck. You make your board during your opponent's turn, and at the same time you're defending your life and your other threats. So this is like a really great way to make a big board in this deck with these 2 cards. And then we're playing 4 of the Unbreakable Spirit Son Goku. He's basically another super combo. He's red, so if we charge him off life, we're totally fine with it. And other than that, since we're restaying 3 at the end of every turn, he's almost a free super combo, because it's energy we wouldn't have had if we were playing another leader. So it's basically 8 copies of a super combo. And then the only black cards in the main deck, we have 2 Scientist Fu. It's probably the best black card in a vacuum, because it just comes into play for 1 energy, 25k double strike, and you draw 2 cards. It just gives you crazy advantage. So that's why we play this card over any of the other black cards in the deck. So thoughts about the deck. I definitely don't want to change the Rapid Onslaught and Kind Sand package. I'd really like the access to Awakening. This Super Saiyan 3 deck has some of the most Awakening tools I've seen. Some decks will only play the 4 Kaba, some will play 3 no opening Son Goku, and some will play only 4 of this. So this deck really has a lot of ways to awaken, which is really nice because getting stalled at 5 or 6 with this leader, it really hurts. You lose your hand immediately, and you just don't have a way to really play the game at that point. But I'm really still testing these two, the SS3 Goku Maximum Energy and the Furious Rush Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Every time I played him, I felt okay. The fact that he replaces himself is strong, so it just replaces himself and he has dual attacks, so he's threatening a lot of things. The SS3 Maximum Energy, it just hasn't come up enough in testing it for me to say if it's really worth it or not. I'm trying to think of other targets I can play, like the 4-drop critical Goku that gains 10k power if you have 5 or more energy. I'm thinking about that guy. But I do think this deck kind of lacks a big finisher, so that's why I think he can really be worth his salt in this deck. Alright guys, there you have it, the Red-Blue Super Saiyan 3 deck profile. I really like this deck going forward. The way that it can make a board on my opponent's turn is really cool, and it can be really overwhelming for my opponent. What this deck does struggle against are Veggie matchups, where you're really only putting out one big threat a turn and not accounting for whatever you're putting out on your opponent's turn. So Kale on your biggest things can hurt, but that's where the critical barrier Piccolo comes into play. I'm still not sure totally on the consistency engine of the deck. I'd like to make it a little more consistent, potentially fit Boos in there somewhere, maybe fit in some different Gokus, but still got to test with it. But I'm really happy with the deck so far, and I think it's a very great aggro option. The really cool thing with it is it prevents aggro because it's so defensive, and it aggroes very well. So that's it for the deck profile. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please let me know if you have any ideas on the deck, or any comments, criticisms would be greatly appreciated. Thanks for watching.